Small as saying your feelings out loud, even if only to yourself. As small as daring to believe that what you think and feel matters. Neuroscience has shown us that the brain is not fixed. It adapts, changes, and rewires. This means that even if a child grew up ignored, as an adult, they can build new patterns. Every time they speak up and are heard, the brain registers safety. Every time they set a boundary and it is respected, the nervous system learns trust. Every moment of healthy connection becomes like a drop of water, wearing away the stone of old wounds. Healing doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes it looks like finally telling a friend, I need you to listen to me right now. Sometimes it's daring to say, I feel hurt, instead of swallowing the pain. Sometimes it's sitting alone and whispering to yourself, my feelings matter. Even if no one taught me that before. These small moments are actually revolutions because they push back against years of silence. And the truth is, none of this is easy. Ignored children often grow into adults who fear rejection more than anything. So speaking up can feel terrifying. Setting boundaries can feel like betrayal. Asking for help can feel like weakness. But the courage to do those things despite the fear is what slowly repairs the self. It's important to say this too. Parents who ignore their children are not always cruel. Sometimes they themselves were ignored. Cycles of neglect often stretch back through generations. When an adult begins to heal from being ignored, they are not only healing themselves, they are breaking a chain that may have lasted decades. And here's the paradox. The ignored child often becomes one of the most empathetic adults you will ever meet. Because they know the sting of being unseen. They have a heightened sensitivity to the emotions of others. They learned to read faces, tones of voice, and small shifts in mood because their survival depended on it. That hyper-awareness can become a gift in adulthood, but it also carries a heavy cost. They may tune in to everyone else while tuning out themselves. You are not broken. You are not fundamentally different. You are just someone who had to learn to survive in silence. The psychology of the ignored child is a story of pain, but also of extraordinary resilience. It's the story of how silence can create wounds, but also how breaking that silence can create wisdom. An ignored child often feels like their existence didn't leave a mark, but in reality, their story carries immense power. If you were that child, if you ever wondered whether your presence mattered, let me say this to you now. It mattered then, and it matters now. Healing is not about erasing the past. It's about giving yourself the love you deserved all along. It's about realizing that being ignored shaped you, but it does not define you. In the end, the child who is ignored often becomes the adult who refuses to ignore others. And in that choice, they discover something profound. They were never truly invisible. They were simply waiting to be seen. Remember, you deserve peace. And you are not alone on this journey.